Hey, what's up? This is J. Lucky Henry. Today we're going to talk about when you're buying a new home, why you should have a checklist. Whether it's you and your spouse, you and a friend, just you and 10 people. You should always put together a checklist, and I'm going to explain what that checklist should look like in today's video. Get ready. This is J. Lucky Henry, Keller Williams agent in the greater Boston area. You won't believe how many people need to get real, R-E-A-L, Real Estate Explained amazingly by Lucky in 90 seconds, give or take. Welcome back, it's J. Lucky Henry. So today we're talking about when you're gonna buy a new home, the checklist that you should put together, whether it's just you and 10 people, you and 100 people, you and your spouse, you and both your spouses. I don't know, it could be in a different country, right? Parts of the country is allowed to. Anyway, so whoever's buying this property, you and however many people, should put together a checklist, right? That checklist should consist of three main parts: your must-haves, your should-haves, and your I wish it has, right? So your must-haves, these are the things that are non-negotiable, right? You're not buying a house unless it has these things. Must have a roof, right? Unless we're buying this thing to flip it, right? Even then, I'd be kind of concerned. But the must-haves, a roof. It's got to have a roof, some type of roof. Maybe the roof could need work, but it's gonna need a roof, right? Must have some bedrooms. We're buying a house. We're not buying a commercial space now. We're not buying like a warehouse. We're buying a home. Must have some rooms. Okay. Bathroom. Must have a bathroom. Must have a kitchen. You know what I'm saying? 4 walls, maybe 6, depending on the shape of the house. Those are your must-haves. Those are non-negotiable. We're not buying a house that doesn't have those. Now, you can add some to your must-have, right? So for some people, a must-have is a granite countertop because they don't want to have to do the work. To me, personally, that's not a must-have. That would be on my next list, which brings me to the should-haves. The should-haves are things that you're going to negotiate on, right? And by negotiate, I don't always necessarily mean negotiate with the seller. You may negotiate with yourself internally, like, you know what? It doesn't have the granite countertops, but it has a finished attic, and I wanted that a lot too. So you might be negotiating with yourself, like giving and taking, or maybe with the different parties that are purchasing the property. But honey, it's so close to the highway. Yeah, but I don't like that it's so quiet or so noisy because it's close to the highway. Yes, but I need that for travel and convenience. These are your should-haves. You want it to be quiet. You want it to be conveniently located. You might negotiate one for the other. These are also the items that you could be negotiating with the seller. So the kitchen's unfinished. It didn't have that granite countertop that you wanted. So it's unfinished with some, I don't know, like man-made substance. You should watch my video on countertops, right? I kind of left it open-ended so you can go find out about that. Anyway, so it's unfinished or it's not to your taste exactly. These are things you could also be negotiating with the seller. On your last list, these are the I wish it has list, or I wish it has, had, right? These are the ones that if the property has the must-haves, the should-haves, and the I wish it has, this is when you consider paying a premium for the property. Because dream homes like this don't come around too often, especially in this market. So you should consider paying a premium for it so that you can lock it up and get this property for yourself. Now, again, if it has the must-haves, that it's just got to have those. If it doesn't, we don't look at it. The should-haves, we start to negotiate with ourselves and potentially with the seller. The I wish it would have, or I wish it has, once it checks all those boxes, right, I'm going down this way, you consider paying a premium for that property. Because the chances of you coming into another property that has every single thing you want, slim to none, especially the longer that checklist is. So that's my advice. Put that checklist down. And if it doesn't have the I wish it has this, doesn't mean it's not a good property or a bad buy. It still has the must-haves, still has the should-haves, which is really all you can ask from a property, right? This is J. Lucky Henry, and I'm here to keep it real with you. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call or text 978-712-0244 and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more.